So back in October at 144, I told you guys that I was bearish on Robinhood stock, ticker symbol HOOD, and I was overall looking for a pullback down to 124 and then a pullback down to 107. Take a listen. Next, we have Robinhood, ticker symbol HOOD. So overall, I am quite bearish on Robinhood stock, and I'm looking for a pullback down to 124 and then a pullback down to 107. And looking at the current chart, you guys can see that my analysis on Robinhood was 100% accurate. With that said, if you want to know where the markets and your favorite stocks are headed next, then go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Now jumping over to the S&P 500. So all of this price action to the upside I have already predicted. With that said, we're currently looking at a breakout with resistance at 683. If the SPY can get above 683, then look for a run to 686. And if the buyers can push the ETF above 686, then look for a run to all-time highs at 692, which from current price we are looking at a return of over 1.3%. Now to the downside, if the SPY cannot stay above support at 680, then I want you guys to look for a pullback down to 674. And if 674 breaks, then look for a further pullback down to 669. Below 669, the bear's next target to the downside is going to be at 665, which from current price we are looking at a decline of over 2.6%. And with that said, I am overall looking for something like this to play out on the S&P 500, which is a inverted head and shoulders pattern. Now, Morgan Stanley says that the market looks pretty good, at least for the next 4 to 5 months. Take a listen.
Set to close out November, the Nasdaq is poised to break a 7-month win streak, while the Dow and the S&P both look to avoid snapping 6-month win streaks of their own. What might we expect in the final push into year-end? We're joined this morning with his outlook, Morgan Stanley Wealth Management Senior Vice President Jim LeCamp. Jim, it's great to have you back. Thanks for being with us.
Of course. Good to see you.
I like this analog of a bull, but a rodeo bull that might kick you off?
That's been the problem. I mean, it's been a very volatile market, a very news-driven market, particularly in the AI space. And that's why you saw technology sell off in what is historically a pretty good month in November. But the market overall, the set of conditions is really pretty strong as we look towards the end of the year, on in probably through the end of February, where the seasonals can change. But we've had big buyers start to come back into the market. Last Friday and this Monday, we saw a huge amount of volume from the hedge fund community come in. And we don't have a big news cycle in front of us this month. That might bring some low volatility fund money back into the mix as well. We're seeing also most likely a Fed cut in December. Morgan Stanley doesn't think it'll happen, but if you look at the Fed funds futures, they're now saying an 86% chance of a cut, and we had comments from Waller and other Fed governors this week that suggested as much. So it would be very unusual for a market in a seasonally strong time of year with the Fed cutting rates, earnings on the increase, productivity and margins on the increase, for a market to have a weak time frame. I think the market looks pretty good, at least for the next 4 or 5 months.
Now, going into the rest of the video, I have some important levels for you guys to watch on ticker symbol NVDA, NVIDIA, Robinhood, ticker symbol HOOD, and the trade desk, ticker symbol TTD. So right now, NVIDIA stock is inside of a bullish falling wedge pattern. If we can get a breakout of this trend line, I will be targeting 213. And from current price, we are looking at a return of over 20%. Now, NVIDIA's main level of support is going to be at 173. If the stock cannot stay above this level, then look for a pullback to 168. If 168 breaks, then look for a pullback to 165. Below 165, the bear's next target to the downside is going to be at 159, which from current price, we are looking at a decline of over 9%. Now, to the upside, if NVIDIA stock can stay above 173, then look for a 2% continuation to 181. And if the stock can get above 181, then look for a run to 186. Above 186, the bull's next target to the upside is going to be at 192, which from current price, we are looking at a return of over 8%. Next is Robinhood, ticker symbol HOOD. So looking at the current chart, you guys can see that Robinhood is breaking out outside of a bullish falling wedge pattern, which if the stock can remain bullish, I will be targeting 156. With that said, current support is going to be at 124. If the stock falls below 124, then look for a pullback to 119. If 119 breaks, then look for a pullback to 115. And below 115, the bear's next target to the downside is going to be at 107, which from current price, we are looking at a decline of over 16%. Now to the upside, if Robinhood stock can stay above support at 124, then I want you guys to look for a 5% continuation to 135. And if the stock can get above 135, then look for a run to 143. Above 143, the bull's next target to the upside is going to be at 156, which from current price, we are looking at a return of over 21%. Next is the trade desk, ticker symbol TTD. So current support is going to be at $39. If buyers cannot keep the stock above this level, then look for a pullback down to $37.60. And if $37.60 breaks, then look for a pullback to $35.89, which from current price, we are looking at a decline of over 9%. Now to the upside, as long as the trade desk can stay above support at $39, then I want you guys to look for a 6% run to $42.35. And if buyers can push the stock above $42.35, then look for a run to $45. And above $45, their next price target to the upside is going to be at $48.01. Overall, to the upside, my price target for the trade desk is going to remain at $76 per share. And from current price, we are looking at a return of over 91%. Alright guys, if you liked today's video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. And if you're currently watching and you're not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.